I specifically want to talk about the fact that the season is different than every other league in the world. We start at the beginning of the year, we end. When do we end? Like
August-ish?
September-ish? I don't know. But like end of summer.
Google we go.
October.
Yeah, go look it up. October. There we go.
Okay, around there. Like baseball, essentially. It's kind of like baseball. This leads to a lot of different things, a lot of different issues. We have different transfer windows. We don't have the same international breaks as other leagues. That's the biggest one I want to talk about. Is we don't have the same international breaks. We got a lot of things, and then in the end, I would like to determine whether or not we should change that. Specifically, though, I'm going to use the example for USA Mexico. I think we play April 19th. I think it is. Yep. USA versus Mexico, not during an international break. I'm just going to put that out there, meaning that clubs are not. I mean, even during a normal international break, they're not obligated to send the player. But even more so now, this is mid-season, midweek. Clubs do not have to give up players if they don't want to. Meaning the likes of Christian Pulisic won't be available, Tyler Adams won't be available, Weston McKennie won't be available, Brendan Aronson, things like that. More than likely not. Meaning we won't have the U.S. Men's national team won't have a good side, the side they want to play against Mexico. Whereas Mexican players mostly come from the Mexican League. I'm sure they can have most of the team that they want, and that gives them the advantage. Let's talk about it. What do we think about the differing seasons?
It's annoying, especially in career mode in FIFA. No, I'm joking. On a serious note.
Okay.
On a serious note.
This is why we're qualified, because it's career mode knowledge.
I'm just joking. It's just for jokes.
Sorry, I have an immediate thought, and
I'll let you go.
It is basing it off of not seriously, but it is basing it off of what you're saying, and also because I literally just went to an MLS game a couple weeks ago. It was an international break, and they had to play their academy players, and that sucked. There were some bad players on there. No offense to them, they weren't great.
Poor guys.
And as you know.
They were trying to get
They're trying their best. They're trying their best. They're getting their opportunities, but they weren't very good. And, as someone who, yes, I don't go to every game, so when I do get the chance, it does suck a little bit when you don't get at least a good team, and not because of injury, but because literally they're not even in the country. They're in the freaking Europe playing for the European teams, or their international teams or whatever, or maybe North America, somewhere in North America. But basically, that's not. I didn't particularly like that because I was like, man, I wish. Well, we went to my brother and I went to San Jose and Toronto, so they didn't have like Mark Anthony Kaye, who's playing for Canada. San Jose, they're missing someone from the U.S. I forget his name right now, but my point is that sucks. And purely as an entertainment value, like at face value, you want to see the best players play. It's like in basketball when people talk about load management. You want to see the best players play, and it sucks when they don't play. And so I know this is a little different, but to the same point that someone who went during a national break, obviously you could blame me for choosing the wrong timing, sure, but it just happened to be the game we went to, and I didn't like that. I wanted to see the best players play, and we got to see some academy players, which is meh.
You see, I do think it is interesting too that like this is happening in America because America's known for the high ticket prices, right?
Yeah,
like, you got to pay God knows how much for a decent seat at a regular soccer, basketball, football, baseball game, right? And the fact that we have to pay this much to go watch the teams play that we're supposed to be supporting, it's like our duty. Like sometimes I make it feel like it's our duty to help them grow and things like that. Only for us to go, and then our favorite player's not playing. It's a bad game. Just for context, again, Dago's game ended 0-0. We have to pay all this, not see the great players play, and no goals being scored sometimes. Things like that, like I find that a little infuriating, and that doesn't happen in the Premier League. Of course, Premier League tickets are expensive as well, but at least you're pretty confident, and like depending on who they're playing, you kind of know who they're going to play. You kind of know when Liverpool's going to play Mo Salah, when Haaland's going to play for City, that kind of thing. So I find that's the one con about the USA.
I can't speak too much to ticket prices. I can speak to them in the U.S., but I don't know how they relate to those in Europe. I don't have any numbers there.
I think they're kind of similar a little bit.
I can speak about West Ham because I have looked into West Ham ticket prices just to see how much it would cost to go to a game. And like I know it's Europa Conference League, but it's like only like 15 pounds to be able to get a ticket to go into the stadium for a Europa Conference League. And I think it's like, because I see a lot of fans complain about like ticket prices and they'll be like, oh, like 80 pounds for a ticket. Like that's crazy. It's like, okay, well here it's, I know it's inflation and stuff. So it's about like probably like $95 here. Yeah. But like, that's not bad to be fair. And for a Premier League game, that's not bad. And here compared to, if you want to go see LAFC, it's like 140, 150 if you want to be on the lower deck. So I feel like ticket prices in Europe are pretty good for the seat quality. And also like I'm blanking. Shit. Someone save me. I'm blanking.
I mean, like,
sorry.
Not only the seat quality, but also like the size of the stadiums tend to be much bigger than the ones in the MLS, especially. Like the San Jose one, don't get me wrong, it was very nice, very well kept. I liked it a lot, but it was very small. And which is cool. Don't get me wrong. I think some people might like that small feel, but like when you compare them to some of the stadiums in Europe, they get big, they get loud, and it's just the atmosphere is just like it's unparalleled. And
I mean, the thing. I mean, the only reason MLS like don't do that, I feel, is also because like unfortunately they don't expect people to fill it out.
True.
No. Like LAFC has I forget how many, like 30,000 seater or so.
I think slightly below that.
Like 20 something.
Like low to mid 20s, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so like, it's not that high compared to a lot of stadiums in the European leagues, but because they know they can't fill it out, so they kind of use it to their advantage, and the way it's like constructed and things like that, makes it loud, and the fans, they know they can fill it out, giving the impression that that's a hot new thing. Yeah. Things kind of like that. And with that, obviously, it does come more exclusivity, making the tickets a little higher. But they shouldn't be as high as they are now. Especially if you want the people to come in. If you want to expand, it shouldn't be a rich person's game. It should be, oh, yeah, I'm taking my kids, let's just go. Why not? That kind of thing to most people. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And then this relates back to the fact that even if they get the opportunity to go one time, oh, Carlos Vela's not playing, like
that's
because he's got caught up, yeah, it's like things like that. Chicharito's not playing, like just things like that. It's just it's infuriating almost because it's not something that should be happening. If you want to be taken seriously,
yeah,
that was sad times.
Agreed.
It was after the Galaxy game where he got injured, and they were playing Minnesota, and then it was announced that he wasn't playing. I was like, shit. Yeah. I was like, damn, I came to see him. But luckily when I went to see Chicha, he played, so we're good.
I will say, like, there is very times where it does create kind of magical moments. Last time I went to go see LAFC, it was against Sporting Kansas City. And we had 13 players gone on international break, caught up. And we were supposed to get rocked. And I didn't know that until I went. And I was like, oh, crap. Like, why did we do this? I paid for my family's tickets, too. And we go there and we killed them 4-0. So, like, there are moments like that, but there shouldn't have to be moments like that. We shouldn't have to see the right side and see something like that because there should be no thing. Like, that shouldn't be a thing.
Yeah.
It's pretty annoying. I think.
Also, I feel like
it needs to change.
Yeah, also for the players' perspective, too. It's because, they have a decision to make to play for their country or play for their club, and depending on the situation at the club they're playing for, because it could be playoff season or something, and there's an international break or, like, an important game in the international break, and then an important game for the club, and then they're left to decide who to play for. And it's a tough decision to make for their careers. So I feel like that's another dimension for them. That's unfortunate. But it's the MLS, so not a lot of players have quite that big of a predicament. Not to be rude to any players. But
it's true, though. I mean, and like up-and-coming players, they might have let's talk about like Thiago Almada. Almada? For Atlanta United. Yeah. Killing the game right now.
Baller.
By the way. He is destroying it, and he's getting caught up to the Argentine national team. What if that week they're playing the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference? I'm not staying for that if I'm playing and or starting for the Argentine national team. Yeah. But some players might, he might, and then the Argentina lose out on Thiago Almada coming up, and he loses an international cap. It's a stupid predicament. It's a predicament no one else in the world pretty much has. I think the USA, they're trying to take advantage of the fact that many sports don't happen in this time. It's really only baseball. Football doesn't start till like later, like towards the end of the MLS season. Basketball's about to go into playoffs right now, meaning it's almost done. Hockey's almost in playoffs right now.
Yeah.
So they're trying to take advantage of that. Exactly. So they're trying to take advantage of that. And although I think it's great, and it does drive people to stadiums, drive people to games, things like that, it's not a good idea. It needs to change around. And this relates to the other video. The MLS needs to be more European than American to succeed.